better run for some shelter, 'cause we're blowing down this house. We are a hurricane. I'm blowing in and we're taking names. Bring in the soul, here we go. Put your hands up, 'cause we are a hurricane. We are a hurricane. Better get your umbrella, 'cause this wind's gonna kill you. There's no stopping us now. We'll blow down this house, yeah. We are a hurricane. I'm blowing in and we're taking names. Bring in the soul, here we go. Put your hands up.
Well, hello, good morning, and welcome to Lake One coverage of this, the 82nd Goode Water Ski National Championships. My name is Tony Lightfoot, and I'm glad to have the pleasure of your company for the Tricks event that will take place very, very soon on Lake Number One. Now, today's Tricks event is going to be rather abbreviated so far as the running order is concerned. We have 20 skiers split between 3 divisions. Women's 7 will be our lead-off division, followed by a women's 8. And then we're going to go exclusively with men, with men's 6 all the way through to the conclusion. And on top of which, we have a live coverage going on Lake Number 3 right now. They're currently on, I believe, men's 7, men's 7 slalom right now, while on the Lake Number 2, we have a men's 6 slalom taking place. So if you want to join in with the action right there, before we go on to the Tricks event, then you can select either one of those other 2 live stream channels that are currently have skiers competing on those lakes right now. Men's 6 slalom on Lake Number 2, men's 7 slalom on Lake Number 3, with both Ryan Schipper and Zane Nicholson respectively calling out each one. Looks like we've got some activity around the trick starting dock. We should have 4 ladies take to the water first before we go on to the remaining part of the schedule, which is men's 6 tricks. And those 4 ladies are women's 7. We've got Lisa Eastman, followed by Janie Fushold, and finally in women's 7, Joy Kelly. Women's 8 only has 1 competitor in it, and that is Lisa Harrison, who comes to us from Central Florida. And then men's 6 tricks will follow with about 15 skiers all said and told. And a lot of these skiers are still trying to recover from their slalom run, so that's why we're having a little bit of a delay before we go into the tricks event, to allow those folks of a particular vintage, do we say, to get their bearings and to get out there and trick in the best fashion possible. And those skiers are John Tepish, our first skier out in men's 6 tricks, followed by Greg DeTrey, followed by Scott Bauman, Kevin Hyatt, Keith Lindemolder, Bob Scouten, Randy Sturber, Brian Adriance, Dennis Downs, Bill Barrett, Scott Henderson, Mitch Grohl, John Crivello, I should say. And then our final 3 skiers will feature Tommy Newman, Darren Janzig, and then our final skier of the day in tricks, for this lake at least, is going to be Marty Gray. Now, There's 20 skiers all said and told between the women and the men, but I promise you that there is going to be a lot more tricking to come as we work our way down through this week. So, Lisa Eastman is going to be our first competitor. We will try and get the scores out to you in a timely fashion, but do realize that we still continue to follow the trend in trick scoring to where we have retroactive scoring, which means that we have the camera in the boat, and then what happens from there is that the trick passes are recorded onto a chip, and then they're brought to the officials, all 5 of them, as they judge the tricks retroactively. And then once we get that score situated, then we'll post it, and then the result would become official. So there we go. That sets the scene for our event. So women's 7, women's 8, and men's 6 tricks. All that to come right here on Lake One coverage of the 82nd Goode Water Ski National Championships, presented to you in association with Pantalago. And we'll be back right after this.
We are Radar, and this crew is the backbone of the Radar Nation. They live on the water day in and day out, devoting their lives to bringing skiing to the masses. We have designers, innovators, free spirits, and badass buoy slayers, all charging at 100% to grow the sport. There's no better group of individuals to be driving the ship that leads water skiing.
For skiers and water enthusiasts, Florida lakes are what dreams are made of. Combined with world-class golf, remarkable weather, natural beauty, theme parks, and so much more, it's easy to see that Florida is paradise. For more than 30 years, I've enjoyed Florida's lakes and many offerings. If you are interested in Florida real estate, let me be your guide and trusted advisor as you search for your paradise. Together, we can make your dreams a reality.
What if I told you there was a place where the sounds of nature are only broken by the roar of a boat? A place where that summer feeling lasts all year long. A place where the Florida sun is only outshined by the smiles of the skiers. A place where first-time skiers can ski alongside world champions, and the world-class coaches work with all levels of skiers. What if I told you there was a place where life slows down and your only job is to make lifelong memories? That place is Swiss Water Ski Resort. Book your trip at SwissWaterSkiResort.com.
All right, then. Welcome back to coverage of Lake One tricks here at the 82nd Goode Water Ski National Championships. My name is Tony Lightfoot, and glad to have the pleasure of your company once again. Also monitoring a little bit the situation how it plays out with the other two lakes that are surrounding me right now. We've got Lake 2, which is currently being announced by Ryan Schipper out over there. And they're deep into that particular event there with men's 6 slalom. They might even be about to go on to men's 8 slalom. It's going to be jam-packed today, as is too the coverage for Lake number 3, where we have men's 7 slalom. We're towards the tail end of that, and we'll go on to the women's 6 slalom event to take place afterwards. But as you can plainly see, we are about to go on with the tricking event once the boat has made its way back to the shore, and it looks like we've got a member of the local media about to do a little bit of a bit for local TV in this area, the Bakersfield television market, right slap bang in the middle of Kern County. And for those of you that are watching us from all points across the world, Bakersfield, Kern County is basically on the north side of the mountains that separate it separate Los Angeles from the valley, so to speak. And if you navigate your way to Arvin, there's about 12 lakes that are stacked next to each other, running east to west, and the lakes are oriented north to south, which is really useful to have, especially if you're slaloming in very early on in the morning or late in the evening, because that means the sun becomes less of a factor. But so far as tricking is concerned, they have none of that to worry about, because they don't have to see an awful lot. But there you go. Here we go. We've got our first female competitor of the 82nd Goode Water Ski National Championships. It is going to be Lisa Eastman. And, of course, if you have any questions or comments, you can use the live chat. You can hit us up. But to start that process, you hit the subscribe button at the very top of the YouTube channel for TWBC. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Oh, and Lisa Eastman getting into a little bit of bother there on the deep water start to set her performance in motion. Just wait until the boat to pick her up. But we thank the good folks, you good folks out there, for participating in the fundraising campaign that led to the funds being raised for the broadcast here from TWBC. We have triple coverage, so to speak. We've got coverage here on Lake 1. We've still got coverage here on Lake 2 and on Lake 3. So if you want to pick up on the slalom on both of those lakes, you are more than welcome to do so. And if you've got enough computers where you're at, whether you're at home or whether you're in the office, you can even have all three going at once. Wouldn't that be something, huh? All right, my name's Tony Lightfoot on Lake 1. Lake 2 is being covered by Ryan Schipper, and Lake 3 being covered by Zane Nicholson. You see that ULM connection there going on pretty hard there. And let's focus away our... Let's focus on Lake 1, and looks like Sarah Eastman has presented herself now. She's on top of the water. Let's see what she's got. Now that little bit of a frame there in front of Sarah is to give us our identity, and also allows us to set the path, all the specifications that she needs. There we go with some surface back-to-backs. Look at this. There we go. There's the wake back. This is women's 7 tricks. Looking good, looking strong here. Women's 7. Women's 7, basically the age bracket that has competitors from age 65 through to 69, if memory serves me correct. But looking pretty strong out there. She's just cagily working her way from one trick to the next here in the bright California sunshine that is bathing Arvin in the middle of Kern County. And if by now you've figured out where we are in California, you'll see that it's got a remarkable amount of lakes stacked one next to each other. I mean, we've got the Ski West Village, which is the official host of these championships, but there are other communities surrounding it, and I'm sure that they've contributed volunteers towards this event, and right on them as well for doing so. All right, there. So we also just saw a little bit there from Pantalago. Now, Pantalago came through last moment to provide us with the remaining funds necessary to be able to pull off this webcast, not only on 2 lakes. I mean, oh no, it's 3 lakes. This has never been tried before. Triple coverage, so to speak. This is Lisa Eastman. Lisa Eastman, who comes to us, I believe, from the Western region. Might be wrong in that, but for those of you who know Lisa Eastman and are watching her right now, maybe you can chime in a little bit through the live chat. I'm keeping an eye on that and making sure everything is on the up and up in that respect. Here is Lisa Eastman. Surface O's. Oh, it's a Surface 7. Look at this. Come on in. There you go. Surface 7 reverse. Oh, beautiful stuff there. Good rotation, start to finish. A couple of sides. Yeah, you celebrate. There we go. That is Lisa Eastman working that ski. I believe it's a D3. But looking quite strong towards the end here. As we go through each one of the tricks that constitutes a second and final 20-second pass. Got into it pretty good with the first one. She fell towards the end, I believe, but I tell you what, she's looking extremely good here. I mean, she's got good knee and ankle bend, you know, the good prerequisites to have if you're halfway decent tricker, which I can safely confirm that Lisa Eastman is.
There you go, Surface 7 reverse.
Skiing behind that Nautic towboat. Obviously, a big shout out to our towboat partners, Nautic from Correct Craft, who will be celebrating their 100th anniversary starting next year. Actually, technically, next year is actually now, because the Goode Water Ski National Championships actually signals the start of officially the 2025 season. So technically, Nautic are celebrating starting now for their centenary. Also, a big shout out to Mastercraft Towboats as well, bringing us the Pro Star, and also Malibu boats as well, built right here in California, and they provide us the Response TXI. So, Janie Fouchaud should be our next competitor, and she's elected to go with Correct Craft. One of 3 skiers in this event, so obviously if they post a score, then they are on the top 3 spots of the podium. Okay, listening on the towboat, and we should get an identity as to our next skier. This should be Janie Fouchaud. Confirming, yes, it is confirming that Janie Fouchaud is there, and that gives us double confirmation right there with the bit of paper in front of the lens. Remarkable stuff. All right, there, here we go. This is Janie Fouchaud going through the sequence of backs and fronts. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Wake back to back. Wonderful stuff. Look at this. Couple of side slides. Here she goes in for wake line back, line front, line back, wake line front. And that should be it. There you go. And I think she has some more hand tricks to come. Stopped at about the 1670
Here
second
we go.
mark.
This is Janie Fushold.
But this is great stuff, and our instant replays presented by Goode Carbon Technologies. You can check out their brand new Ventura slalom ski, which is making some big inroads in the world of tournament slalom skiing, and used by the likes of Regina Jaquist and Elizabeth Montavon and a whole slew of other high-performance competitors as they ply their trade on the Water Ski Pro Tour. So check out the new Ventura by going to Goode.com. That is GOODE.com. Hey, my name's Tony Leifert, and this is coverage on Lake 1 for the Tricks event. We have a total of 20 skiers tricking today. And we continue to have live and extensive coverage on the other lakes. So we have Ryan Schipper over there with Lake 2 and Zane Nicholson on Lake 3. And you could check out continuing coverage on those lakes by going to the YouTube channel and selecting one of the 3 live players that are active right now. All right, here comes Janie Fushold. Now a traditionalist at heart, she goes with hand tricks first and now does toe tricks second. Come on, Janie. There you go. Toe back and toe front. Now let's see if she can go with a toe side here. Come on, toe side. There we go. Good girl. There you go. She has maybe about 4 seconds remaining. Toe wake back. Does she get that in? Yes. Now, I don't know if that second toe wake trick, the toe wake front, is within time. But I tell you what, she's skiing completely out of her skin right now. Janie Fushold looking good. And to the best of my memory, actually comes to us from the Golden State of California. Looking in very, very good shape and just taking her time, not rushing off, trying to get ahead of herself here.
Go with a toe side here. Come on, toe side. There we go. Good girl. There you go. She has maybe about 4 seconds remaining.
So just looking at the tail end of that second 20-second pass. Once again, the instant replays are presented to you by Goode Technologies. Got skiers from all across the nation assembling here. And as a little bit of a break from the norm, we're not doing the juniors today. We're actually doing the higher age bracket starting today, and then we're going to do the juniors starting on Wednesday, which explains the reason why we've got so few trickers right now. We've got a total of 20 to start off our coverage for the week on this lake. Now, when it comes down to the Tricks event starting tomorrow, I think the numbers will start to take a little bit of an upward tick, and that's probably putting it mildly. Here we go. This is Joy Kelly, who has represented the United States at the world elite level, especially in the World Championships in 1989. There you go. Look at Joy Kelly, a skier out of Tennessee. Wake line front, foot in the back binding. There's surface back-to-backs. Winding it on. Wake back-to-backs. Not too sure if she was wanting to do a 5 there. But she's going to do a 5 now. And there you go. 310 points for that final trick of that run. Good, solid effort there. That is Joy Kelly. but looking strong, looking in very, very good shape. Skiing behind the Mastercraft. A little bit of a departure from what she's typically skied behind up until this year.
Look at Joy Kelly, skier out of Tennessee.
But there we go, Joy Kelly, a good edge there with the wake line front. Very, very strong, very deliberate, going from one trick to the next.
Surface back-to-backs. 1 minute on, wake back-to-backs. Not too sure she was wanting to do a 5 there, but she's gonna do a 5 now, and there you go, 300.
All right, taking a look on dockside and seeing a little bit of activity right now, and there's your reminder. Yes, absolutely, subscribe to the TWBC YouTube channel. You know it makes sense. It also does a couple of things. Informs you of when our next live webcast goes on once you hit the bell icon afterwards. But it also allows you to participate in the live chat. And I'm doing that right now, as a matter of fact, to remind you that the coverage for these championships is purely for entertainment purposes only and should not be used in an official capacity, such as using the coverage as a basis for a protest. Here we go. Look at her go through these toe tricks. Wonderful stuff. Good tempo. Nice bounce there from one trick to the next. And this is our final skier in women's 7, so she has the top seed coming in, and I think that we're seeing our very first national champion crowned, and certainly that is Joy Kelly, who came into this event tricking on average 3,500 points. It's very hard to do, averaging 3,500 points. But look at her go. Joy Kelly looking good from one trick to the next. Couple of side slides in there. Just rolling back the years to the days when she was competing in the overall category at national elite level, and looking to try and put herself into the US elite team, which she's done on a number of occasions, especially for the '89 Worlds.
So she has the top seed coming in, and I think that we're seeing.
All right, and you know, on occasion that I do ask for a little bit of feedback, and I'm going to highlight someone who indeed has. This is Lisa Harrison, the one and only skier in women's 8, and she too has competed at United States elite level on their elite team at one time or another. Look at this. Continuing on. Oh, nicely done. Lisa Harrison. Looks like she'll put her foot in toe. And I mean, she's got one fall to give. So I mean, if she falls off at this point, I mean, it's not going to harm her all that much. I mean, it'll just make her wet a little bit in all essence. But she'll at least want to at least puts her in a position to do a second and final 20-second pass, which I would imagine would be in toe tricks. And a big shout out here for Debbie Kern, who actually alerted us to the fact that during the instant replay for one or two of our skiers, the volume gave us a little bit of something that you didn't want to particularly hear during the course of an instant replay, aside from my voice, of course. But it just goes to show that a little bit of the feedback from here from time to time really, really helps us out. And if for those of you that want to chime in with if those of you want to chime in from time to time, please feel free, and especially if you've got some little bits of information that you want to extol about each of the skiers that come across here. It would certainly take a little bit of weight off my feet a little bit, so far as announcing and coming through with little interesting bits of info. So a big shout out there to Debbie Kern and also to Dwight Trumbauer. Hopefully everything is situated there so far as the instant replays are concerned, and thank you for reaching out. Thank you for your support, as a matter of fact. All right, so Lisa Harrison, our one and only tricker in Women's 8. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more skiers in Women's 8 come the slalom, but so far as Lisa Harrison is concerned, safe to say that she's taken the Women's 8 national tricking title, as she is the one and only competitor in that age category, in that division. So now, and unfortunately falling on that toe back, actually it ended up being a toe back, I guess. You know, it started off as a toe and she fell out the back, so doesn't score that trick one way or the other. But there we go. That's Lisa Harrison. She swims in, and that brings us to men's 6. Now, this is going to be a little bit tricky here because I believe there are still some men's 6 slalomers. Am I correct in that, Ryan? Is there still men's 6? Yep, there's still men's 6 slalomers, which means it's going to complicate things so far as putting skiers that into the running order that have had sufficient enough time to recuperate after slalom. Now, we try to do right by our skiers here at the national championships, and you know, that's part of the deal. You know, I mean, if looks like no one is ready for men's 6, so looks like we're going to take a little bit of a break, and when we return, we'll have the first of our men's 6 trickers, starting off with hopefully John Tepish and Greg Bedell, and then Scott Bauman or Kevin Hyatt or Keith Lindemolder. But if we do get a few skiers and they're a little bit later down the line, they're ready to ski, we'll probably just slot them in and you know, work from there. You know, maybe we're not ironclad so far as this running order is concerned, you know, at least so far as these guys are so there we go. My name's Tony Lightfoot, and you're watching continuing live coverage of Lake 1 at the 82nd Goode Water Ski National Championships, and we will return with hopefully the start of men's 6 tricks right after this.
Only one
water skiing brand holds all 6 world records. Masterline, made in the USA.
For skiers and water enthusiasts, Florida lakes are what dreams are made of. Combined with world-class golf, remarkable weather, natural beauty, theme parks, and so much more, it's easy to see that Florida is paradise. For more than 30 years, I've enjoyed Florida's lakes and many offerings. If you are interested in Florida real estate, let me be your guide and trusted advisor as you search for your paradise. Together, we can make your dreams a reality.
Experience the sports evolution at USA Waterski and Wake Sports Foundation Hall of Fame in Central Florida's Polk County. From the pioneers of the sport to the stars of today, all 9 disciplines are honored. It's the most comprehensive and fun-filled tribute to the people and the sport we love. Located inside the Central Florida Visitor Information Center in Davenport, Florida, the Hall of Fame is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. 7 days a week.
For over 20 years, Houston has been setting the standard of automotive excellence. Hi, I'm Dave Houston. I'd like to welcome you to the Houston family. We are committed to offering exceptional Cadillac models like the all-new electric Lyriq, redesigned XT4, and the legendary Escalade. At Houston, our personalized service and friendly staff will exceed your expectations. Feel the thrill of buying a new Cadillac from Houston Cadillac.
Where do competition standards meet the highest culinary standards? Where do the old masters meet the new masters? Where do first-class conditions meet first-class hotels? Where does the purest joie de vivre meet the purest drinking water quality? Only 30 minutes from the airport and Vienna city center. See you in Vienna. see you in Vienna.
As the broker of Dayland Real Estate and a professional water skier, I understand what clients are looking for in their dream water ski home. Our company is dedicated to helping you and your family invest in your future together in Florida. If it's time to move on to your next adventure, let us help you find the perfect match for your home. Our team offers service in English, French, Spanish, and German. Whenever you are ready, just give us a call. We will be suited up and ready to assist. Dayland Real Estate, where expertise meets passion.
You don't protect your car like a boat, so why protect your boat like a car? You need SkiSafe, insurance for boaters from boaters. For decades, we've protected boats, jet skis, and nothing else, so we know how to save you money. And with a history of safe boating, you'll save even more. SkiSafe, 1-800-225-6560.
We are Radar, and this crew is the backbone of the Radar Nation. They live on the water day in and day out, devoting their lives to bringing skiing to the masses. We have designers, innovators, free spirits, and badass buoy slayers, all charging at 100% to grow the sport. There's no better group of individuals to be driving the ship that leads water skiing.
For skiers and water enthusiasts, Florida lakes are what dreams are made of. Combined with world-class golf, remarkable weather, natural beauty, theme parks, and so much more, it's easy to see that Florida is paradise. For more than 30 years, I've enjoyed Florida's lakes and many offerings. If you are interested in Florida real estate, let me be your guide and trusted advisor as you search for your paradise. Together, we can make your dreams a reality.
What if I told you there was a place where the sounds of nature are only broken by the roar of a boat? A place where that summer feeling lasts all year long. A place where the Florida sun is only outshined by the smiles of the skiers. A place where first-time skiers can ski alongside world champions, and the world-class coaches work with all levels of skiers. What if I told you there was a place where life slows down and your only job is to make lifelong memories? That place is Swiss Water Ski Resort. Book your trip at SwissWaterSkiResort.com.
At Dillinger Insurance, we have over 50 different carriers to shop your home, auto, and recreational vehicle insurance needs. We would love the opportunity to save you money. We insure million-dollar mansions, condos, mobile homes, rental homes, and everything in between. We know all about wind inspections, 4-point inspections, and how to get you the right coverage for your particular home. You've got questions, we've got answers. Can you remember the last time you had a rate decrease with your auto insurance? Let's take a look and see what we can do. We know all the ins and outs of getting our customers the best rates, coverages, and discounts, so put us to the test.
Don't monkey around with your insurance. Call Dillinger Insurance today. We've got tons of companies to help find you the best prices and the best coverage for your particular needs on home and auto insurance. Go Knights!
only one water skiing brand holds all 6 world records. Masterline, made in the USA.
For skiers and water enthusiasts, Florida lakes are what dreams are made of. Combined with world-class golf, remarkable weather, natural beauty, theme parks, and so much more, it's easy to see that Florida is paradise. For more than 30 years, I've enjoyed Florida's lakes and many offerings. If you are interested in Florida real estate, let me be your guide and trusted advisor as you search for your paradise. Together, we can make your dreams a reality.
Experience the sports evolution at USA Waterski and Wake Sports Foundation Hall of Fame in Central Florida's Polk County. From the pioneers of the sport to the stars of today, all 9 disciplines are honored. It's the most comprehensive and fun-filled tribute to the people and the sport we love. Located inside the Central Florida Visitor Information Center in Davenport, Florida, the Hall of Fame is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. 7 days a week.
For over 20 years, Houston has been setting the standard of automotive excellence. Hi, I'm Dave Houston. I'd like to welcome you to the Houston family. We are committed to offering exceptional Cadillac models like the all-new electric Lyriq, redesigned XT4, and the legendary Escalade. At Houston, our personalized service and friendly staff will exceed your expectations. Feel the thrill of buying a new Cadillac from Houston Cadillac.
Where do competition standards meet the highest culinary standards? Where do the old masters meet the new masters? Where do first-class conditions meet first-class hotels? Where does the purest joie de vivre meet the purest drinking water quality? Only 30 minutes from the airport and Vienna city center. See you in Vienna. see you in Vienna.
As the broker of Dayland Real Estate and a professional water skier, I understand what clients are looking for in their dream water ski home. Our company is dedicated to helping you and your family invest in your future together in Florida. If it's time to move on to your next adventure, let us help you find the perfect match for your home. Our team offers service in English, French, Spanish, and German. Whenever you are ready, just give us a call. We will be suited up and ready to assist. Dayland Real Estate, where expertise meets passion.
You don't protect your car like a boat, so why protect your boat like a car? You need Ski Safe. Insurance for boaters, from boaters. For decades, we've protected boats, jet skis, and nothing else. So we know how to save you money. And with a history of safe boating, you'll save even more. Ski Safe. 1-800-225-6560.
We are Radar, and this crew is the backbone of the Radar Nation. They live on the water day in and day out, devoting their lives to bringing skiing to the masses. We have designers, innovators, free spirits, and badass buoy slayers, all charging at 100% to grow the sport. There's no better group of individuals to be driving the ship that leads water skiing.
For skiers and water enthusiasts, Florida lakes are what dreams are made of. Combined with world-class golf, remarkable weather, natural beauty, theme parks, and so much more, it's easy to see that Florida is paradise. For more than 30 years, I've enjoyed Florida's lakes and many offerings. If you are interested in Florida real estate, let me be your guide and trusted advisor as you search for your paradise. Together, we can make your dreams a reality.
What if I told you there was a place where the sounds of nature are only broken by the roar of a boat? A place where that summer feeling lasts all year long. A place where the Florida sun is only outshined by the smiles of the skiers. A place where first-time skiers can ski alongside world champions, and the world-class coaches work with all levels of skiers. What if I told you there was a place where life slows down, and your only job is to make lifelong memories? That place is Swiss Water Ski Resort. Book your trip at SwissWaterSkiResort.com.
At Dillinger Insurance, we have over 50 different carriers to shop your home, auto, and recreational vehicle insurance needs. We would love the opportunity to save you money. We insure million-dollar mansions, condos, mobile homes, rental homes, and everything in between. We know all about wind inspections, 4-point inspections, and how to get you the right coverage for your particular home. You've got questions, we've got answers. Can you remember the last time you had a rate decrease with your auto insurance? Let's take a look and see what we can do. We know all the ins and outs of getting our customers the best rates, coverages, and discounts, so put us to the test.
Don't monkey around with your insurance. Call Dillinger Insurance today. We've got tons of companies to help find you the best prices and the best coverage for your particular needs on home and auto insurance. Go Knights!
Only one water skiing brand holds all 6 world records. Masterline, made in the USA.
All right, welcome back to continuing live coverage of this, the 82nd Goode Water Ski National Championships. Now, we've had some trick skiing before this point, and that concerns the women's 7 and women's 8. So let me get you up to speed so far as those scores are concerned. Lisa Eastman, our lead-out skier, scored 1,440 points. That was our first skier out. Second skier out was Janie Fushold, who tricked 2,100 points. 2,100 points for Janie Fushold. Right there. You see that up on the screen. And your winner and national champion in women's 7 tricks is Joy Kelly with 3,160 points. Now, the one remaining score that I need to give to you is the one and only score in women's 8. It is Lisa Harrison, who scored 1,380 points. 1,380 for Lisa Harrison in women's 8. So those are the only 4 trickers that we've had so far. We are within about 5 or so skiers from concluding the men's 6 slalom. That coverage continues on Lake 2. And as we are that close to the end, it seems to me that a few of the men that are early starters in this men's 6 tricks are present, and they are just chomping at the bit to get out onto the water in the men's 6 tricks event. So fair play to them, I do have to say. So, 15 trickers on this list. We've had 5 so far to give us a total of 20, all said and told, for today. But the tricks event over the next few days is going to be a chock-a-block. So far as the amount of trickers that will be out there competing, especially the kiddaroos, of course. They say that tricks are for kids, and not a true statement has ever been said. But I'll tell you what, some of these older adults, or the more matured adults, can still throw in a few tricks, at their discretion and come away with a decent score. And hey, folks, my name is Tony Leifert. Glad to have the pleasure of your company here at the 82nd Goode Water Ski National Championships. This coverage being presented to you in association with Pantalago, where you want to live. Pantalago, where you want to live. Find out more by going to pantalago.com. All right, so looks like we've got a few folks there congregating around our camera. Looks like Tommy Newman is right there. He's our third from last to take to the water. He's actually one of our on-site announcers here, so he's a pretty busy boy there from Tennessee. And we'll see him a little bit later on. For those folks of you that want to chime in so far as the coverage is concerned, feel free. But first of all, you've got to subscribe to the TWBC YouTube channel. Subscribe to that YouTube channel, and that gives you access to the live chat, which is situated towards the right-hand side of the player. And if you hit the bell icon after you subscribe, then you'll receive a notification via email or message to tell you that an event is live. And our very next event after the conclusion of these 82nd Goode Water Ski National Championships will actually come to you live from Italia, yes, from Rocchetto in Italy, where we will bring to you coverage of the European U14 and U17 Championships. See the future of European water skiing right there, starting next week on TWBC. All right, then. Looks like we've got John Tepic trying to massage his way over the wakes. Firstly, let's go through the side slides, handle up, and trying to get that 180 situated, but it doesn't appear that much of anything is doing in that regard. So, under the assumption that is John Tepic, that will continue to run with that. And our instant replay is being brought to you by Goode Carbon Technologies. And you can find out more about their latest product, which is the Ventura Slalom Ski, by going to goode.com. That is GOODE.com to check on out the latest incarnation from those good folks, the Goode Ventura. So, the trick skiers in this event are not restricted by boat manufacturer. They can have one of the three manufacturers on offer, whether it be a Nautique, whether it be a Malibu, or a Mastercraft. And we certainly thank the good promo boat owners that have come in from all across the country, and especially here in the Western region, with their fine boats, and allowing us to have representation from each of the boat companies for which we have official towboat manufacturers: Mastercraft, Nautique, and indeed Malibu. So hopefully we'll get some messaging through. John Tepic, who comes into this event with an average of 360 points. His boat of choice in the tricks event is a Malibu, which seems to be consistent with what's out there right now. That kind of helps connect the dots and eliminate one or two factors. Time right here is 5 minutes to 11, Western Daylight Time. And here we go. This is John Tepic, or Tepic. I'm not too sure what the pronunciation is, but we'll go along with that with either one. Here we go. Men's 6 trick, John Tepic. Oh, leaning back and the handle going up a little bit too high at the same time, so unable to ride that one out. So John swimming in, and doesn't appear to be a happy camper as a result of that effort, but he is our lead-off skier, and averaging 360 points coming into this event. So that's John Tepic. All right. Swims into shore. If you're watching coverage of this event and wondering what's going on with the slalom event, you can check out coverage on Lake 2 and Lake 3. Coverage on Lake 2 is being overseen by Ryan Schipper. He's our announcer for that lake, and Zane Nicholson takes the reins of the events that take place on Lake number 3 for today. And here I am, our next competitor to take to the water. We mentioned something about Punta Largo just a few moments ago, and the guy that is the head of that development, the owner of that development, Greg Detrey, is about to make his appearance out there on the water. And here he is, Greg Detrey. Electing to ski behind the Mastercraft towboat, consistent with the two-letter moniker that is beside his name. Looks like he's gotten the speed that he wants. And just wondering about the trick buoys, but basically he can trick anywhere he wants. It's retroactive tricking, and it's certainly a far cry from the old days where the judges were put up in a tower and were called upon to judge tricks live. Well, that still exists, judging tricks live, but I think that given a choice of spending a little bit more time in the shade and judging tricks from an SD card rather than sitting out in the blazing sun, I'd know what I would pick. It does obviously add to the time that it takes for results to be revealed, but at least everyone's comfy. All right there, so Greg Detrey going through the wake tricks towards the end there, and now Greg Detrey is more of a slalomer, although he does participate in the overall. I believe he actually participated in one of the early season preseason clinics that was put on by Bennett's Water Ski and Wakeboard School, headed up by Jay Bennett. And he came down and paid us a visit and learned a lot in that span of time that he was there for. So here we go. We have got on the water, about to take to the water, Greg Detrey. Here he comes. Coming in on pass number 2. Let's see what he's got. So by way of additional hand tricks, there's the side slide. There's the reverse. Looks like a surface O, which he gets under his belt. And there he goes, another surface O. Now he's piling on the points here. And I think he was trying to go for a surface 7 there. But unfortunately, it didn't complete that. But Greg Detrey a great participant in this event and a great great participant in terms of his sponsorship of this the coverage of this tournament. Greg Detrey of Pantalago. All right. So as we continue along, that is Greg Detrey. Now, I don't know whether he was going to try for a Surface 7 at this point, but he kind of led with his head, and whenever you lead with your head and the rest of the body doesn't follow, I think you figure out what comes up next. So there we go. That's Greg Detrey. Kudos to him. As we continue to go right along, and I've been asked to remind you that that Kern Energy, leading California's clean transportation fuel evolution, whilst being good stewards of people and the planet, they are providing us with the fuel that our event needs to be able to pull every single competitor to success. Kern Energy, leading California's clean transportation fuel evolution. All right, skier on the water. This is Scott Bowman. Looking good here. Moving right along with these tricks, one after the other. Oh, goes for the 5 back there on the surface. Does he go for the reverse? No, he goes out to the wake and promptly takes a fall. But a decent effort out there, especially with that surface 5. A little bit skittish for the majority of those tricks. Maybe nerves came into play there. And this good instant replay showing us how he made his way through. That surface O looked pretty sweet to me. And that one too. So just settling in past the first 3 or 4 tricks. There we go. There's the 5 back. And now skis to the front. And then he tries the wake back after a pause to consider his options. And I think he fell there at about 17 seconds. So decent skiing there for Scott Bowman. Now, as we continue to roll right along, a good few of these folks will want to take in a little bit of shopping, and the outlets of Tejon is California's fashionable gateway to all things new. Just a short drive away, located 14 miles south along Wheeler Ridge Road. Come experience fashion's friendlier frontier, the outlets of Tejon. So looking at the coverage on Lake One and checking out a few of the other competitors getting ready to go. It's certainly quite a bit more sedate here in men's 6 tricks compared to a lot of the other divisions in that are involved with tricking. In a few moments, we should have the next few points. And for those of you that are joining the tricks coverage and wondering what happened among the women's competitors, I've already read out the points, but doing it the second time won't do us much harm. Lisa Eastman with 1440, Janie Fouchaud with 2100, and Joy Kelly, your winner in women's 7 with 3160. Lisa Harrison, the sole competitor in women's 8. Women's 8 with 1,380 points. Just look at this and getting into a little bit of bother there with that toe wake back, and unfortunately that is a Scott Bowman coming to grief there. So we looked at the first few tricks there from Scott Bowman. I believe there was a toe back and a toe front there in the mix. And he represents our third skier out, averaging a score of 954 points. So the boat has made its way back to the dock, second fall. And it looks like they're basically putting trickers out onto the water. They're gonna try and stay as close to the running order as possible. But if there is a skier that's waiting to go, and especially if that skier happens to be one of our officials, then why not throw him out there on the water at a whim? So, getting ready to go. This should be Kevin Hyatt. At least according to the list it is. Kevin Hyatt. All right, let's see what we've got there. Kevin Hyatt skiing behind the Malibu response. All right, as we continue right along, another reminder there for you to subscribe to the TWBC YouTube channel. You'll be informed as to the next time we go live when you hit the bell icon after subscribing, but more importantly, it gives you the ability to involve ourselves in the conversation here in the live chat. And, yep, take advantage of that. Here we go, folks. This is a confirmation that Kevin Hyatt is on the water right now. Looks like he's doing an out-of-course positional. There's the positional to the front, back to the front, couple of side slides. Keeping that handle down and in, which works in some instances, but not all. There's the surface O. Surface O. Oh, nicely done there with the reverse surface O. Does he go for a wake back? No, not quite. But that's fine though, anyway. He's good. He stands up all the way through behind that Malibu with the Monsoon 6.0 liter engine. Over 360 brake horsepower of power. Although not even beginning to harness the full extent of that power with the tricking event. You can apply that to any of our 3 boat manufacturers. And getting in a little bit deep there, but managing to come away relatively unscathed. Here he comes. This is Kevin Hyatt. This is going to be toe tricks. He's passed the point of no return, so to speak, with those trick buoys. There's the toe back, toe front. Okay, so looked like it was going to be an attempt to the toe-o, but unfortunately, the way that he partition spin that trick, he'll probably end up being a toe back and a toe front. Like that, you see the toe back out of the wrap. And the toe front, and whilst trying to recover from the toe front, his weight got behind him and it was unable to ski that one out. So that was Kevin Hyatt, who came into this event with an average of 1,179 points. Coverage still going on Lake 2 for the slalom event. And there's still some slaloming going on Lake 3 as well. So if you want to take in the coverage on each of those two lakes, feel free. Actually, feel free to have 3 streams going on at once. So you can see absolutely everything that goes on. All right, then. Looks like we have got a tricker in course right now, electing to ski behind the correct craft, Nordique. It is going to be Keith Lindemulder. There's a side slide, there's a back and a front. Oh, look at this, wake back to back. Oh, and slipping out there, and that was Keith Lindemulder skiing on a rather large-looking trick ski, that 52-inch MK1 trick ski developed by Goode Carbon Technologies. And they also present to us the instant replay for each of our competitors in this tricks discipline. Nice elevation there on the wake back-to-back. The second one didn't quite get the ski all the way around, at least from my perspective. Then he goes for the wake back and unfortunately stopped edging before the top of the wake, and the momentum that he generated from the ski just sent him over the top and slipping out the back. So there we go. That is Keith Lindemulder, who has kind of chopped and changed so far as his region of residence is concerned. I think these days he has returned to Texas in the south central region. He spent a decent amount of time in the southern region, although not specifically in the Florida area. There is more to the southern region than just the Sunshine State, as a few of you folks out there will happily attest to. So Keith Lindemulder. As he makes his turn around the island, and I'm sure we're getting a good few volunteers from our local collegiate ski team, from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, which isn't too far away from here. As a matter of fact, they regard one of these lakes in this community as their home site. And they host the odd collegiate tournament during the fall season as well. Let's see what Keith can do. There's a toe side. There's the reverse. Whoa, come on, stay up there. Toe back and toe front. Reverse toe back. And shame on that one. Just a little bit stiff with the knees. And down he goes there. That is Keith Lindemulder. He'll swim in. I'm sure he would have slalomed a few hours before getting out there on the trick ski, but it was a decent recovery there off that initial toe trick there. But then when it came down to the surface reverse toe back, he got the spin, but unfortunately just not the balance to go along with it. So there we go. That is Keith Lindemulder. Keith Lindemulder, who comes into this competition with an average of 1,480 points. You can check out the Instagram handle of TWBC by going to Waterski Broadcasting _ That's the Instagram handle for TWBC. All right, so as we continue to roll right along, let me tell you that Kern Energy has been at the forefront of energy innovation in our community for 90 years. And we're investing in the next 90 years, providing good jobs, good energy, and good solutions. Yes, it is Kern Energy. an official sponsor of this, the 82nd Goode Water Ski National Championships. All right, looks like we've got another boat making its way into the trekking course. We're firing in these skiers out. Bob Skelton. Looking good, though. Keeping the flow going. There's the wake front. A slightly unconventional attempt there at the wake back positional. Goes for the 5 front towards the end. So good skiing there from Bob Skelton. Bob Skelton, who is one of our distinguished officials in this event. At least that's what I'm led to believe. Has been one of the characters of the South Central region for good many years, and he's been known to throw a trick or two himself out there. It's not looking too bad. Position for the 5 front, but then just dips that left shoulder and unfortunately not getting himself into the best of shapes before trying that move. All right, then, that's Bob Skelton. Looks like he's working off that quantum trick ski. Still a lot of coverage going on Lake 2. As we take a quick look at what's going on there with Lake 2, with Ryan Shipper with the honors of announcing on that one, and on Lake 3 we have Zane Nicholson doing the announcing there, and all of this coverage being brought to you in association with Pantalago. Where do you want to live? Yes, indeed. Pantalago.com. Find out more. They are one of our generous supporters that helps to bring to you this live coverage of the 82nd Goode Water Ski National Championships. This is Bob Skelton coming in. Men's tricks. Men's 6 tricks. Seems to be going for more of it. Oh, and he tries to get a little bit of a spin thing going on behind the boat, but unfortunately just putting way too much weight on the back and unfortunately unable to keep his axis, so to speak. It was a good start, though, a really high tempo start with the Waco, and then he went into the wake back and wake front. But it is some decent skiing there. I mean, I give him credit for that, absolutely. So working our way through men's 6 tricks. And we're going through these pretty quickly. We're loading boats in advance of their performance out there on the water. Looks like we've got a little bit of a flotilla congestion going on here with the Mastercraft boat making its way back towards the dock, and our next skier about to take to the water. Skiing behind the Malibu, it should be Randy Sturber. Now Randy Sturber and I have crossed paths a little bit at the beginning part of this season in April, where he came down to Zachary, Louisiana, to do a little bit of preseason training. Going to work on his jump technique, and actually impressed us a little bit with his tricking performances as well out there in practice. But here he comes. averaging 1,785 points. Here comes Randy Sturber. Now, for those of you that have a good memory of what happened last season in the Water Ski National Championships, the 81st Goode Water Ski Nationals, then you know that this guy really took a beating out there on the jump ramp. But let's see what he can do on the trick course. Oh, wake! Oh, beautifully done with the wake back-to-back. Bulked out on the reverse, though, mind you. But goes with the wake tricks, the simpler kind. Surface O, surface 5, positional to the front, and goes for the surface 5 again. But unfortunately, not coming through with the trick on that one. But I suspect that he's done enough to really pile on the points for himself. A Waco for starters really helps to get the tempo up and running. Some good-looking tricks there from Randy Sturber all the way through to the end. Taking a bit of a fall there on that attempt there for the wake 5 front, but there you go. All right, then. Here comes Randy Sturber coming in on pass number 2. Toe wake back, and here comes the toe wake front. Just making sure he doesn't travel too far across the wake and put himself in a compromised position. But there you go. There's the line back and line front. Wake line back, wake line front. Should be about 15 seconds in. He's got a couple of moves that he can pull off. Wake 5 front, and that's a little bit of a throwaway lanyap trick. He tried that on pass number 1, and he tried it again here, but unfortunately no dice on either one. But there we go. That's Randy Sturber, and we are about halfway down this list. We have 15 trickers, and we are But I do like his steps, though. Good rotation there. Good elevation. This is Randy Sturber in men's 6, halfway through the list. We have 15 skiers in all. We're through the first 7. Yeah, but he just didn't edge quite thoroughly enough through the top of that wake to make that trick happen, the wake 5 front. All right, so here we go. We've just seen Randy Sturber. Now we're going to see Brian Andrant coming in. Waco. Seems to be a popular trick to start with for the men's 6 tricks, and it's easy to figure out why. Whoa, come on, Brian. Stay there. Stay on top of the water. There we go. Line back, line front. Does he go for the wake line back? Yes, and it was only a matter of time before we saw a fall of that kind there with the wake line back just not edging all the way through or being positive enough with that edge to do that trick. Still looking good, though. It does have to be said there. Brian Adrians goes for the line back and just stepping over knee first and then retracting his heel to do the line front. Was wanting to do more or less the same thing, but unfortunately just didn't quite have the angle and the thoroughness of edge to make that trick complete. All right, good to have you here. The remainder of the schedule for the day on this particular lake, on lake number 1, is men's 6 tricks, and there are about 8 more competitors to go. I'm Tony Lightfoot. For more continuing coverage, we have Lake 2, where we have Ryan Schipper doing the announcing for that one, and on Lake 3, where we have Zane Nicholson. All right, so let's have a look and see. Brian Adrians, 1845. That is his average, 1,845 points for the totality of his tricking throughout the competitive season prior to these nationals. There's the toe wake front, toe back and toe front. Reverse toe back and reverse toe front. I think he's going to be running out of time. He tries the toe wrap in and just goes completely into that one like a California whirlwind. And unfortunately, much like the California whirlwinds that we see often round these parts, once it's there and then it's gone. All right, so looking at this again, he seems to have a really, really good base for his toe tricks. Just really balancing off the front part of his toe. Look at that ankle bend, that knee and ankle bend. That really helped him out here with the toe back and toe front. He was a little bit off kilter there with his shoulders and head, but because he had that level of knee bend, he was in a good position to maybe try that toe wrap in, but unfortunately he just went spinning like a top and went in just a little too quick there. That contributed to the fall. All right there, Dennis Downs is our next competitor. All right, I will endeavor to try and get you some point scores for men's 6. The only point scores that we've had so far that are published are from women's 7 and women's 8. 4 competitors between those two divisions, naturally. And like I say, I will try to get you those scores, but it basically comes down to the judging from our officials and how quick and efficient they are in that respect. Here comes Dennis Downs. Here comes Dennis Downs, one of our officials for this event, but taking a little bit of time out to have a little bit of me time. There's the Waco. And yes, indeed, a very, very popular start to the run. Oh, and getting in a little bit deep there towards the end of that run. Just trying to edge, and did that aggressively at the start, but unfortunately wasn't able to continue on with that edge that would have quite possibly have saved him on this particular run, at least so far as that wake back is concerned. Up to that point, it didn't look too bad. Knees were bent. The handle was close into his body. Then he turns backwards and goes for the back-to-back, and unfortunately there just didn't have enough pull with his left arm. Kind of got stretched out a little bit into that move and was unfortunately unable to recover. And that is Dennis Downs, who comes into this event with a average of 1,989 points. All right, then. And we'll be back with Dennis Downs' second pass right after this. All right there. Here comes Dennis Downs on pass number 2. Toe back and toe front, reverse toe back and reverse toe front. A little bit on the back foot there, it has to be said. Tries to go for the surface back to back, and unfortunately just getting a little bit rushed there towards the tail end of that run. Yeah, just kind of not feeling it out there, as it were. But anyway, that's Dennis Downs. He gets the job done. Didn't look too bad there with the side slides, the regular and reverse rat toe side. So there we go. That's Dennis Downs. We'll have a look and see what he does here. Does the reverse toe back and reverse toe front. Oh, actually, he was going to go for the surface back-to-back, which I think that he got, at least the first one, but he fell on the second one. So we got 7 skiers on this list remaining. All right, then, continuing right along as we continue to provide coverage of this event, the 82nd Goode National Water Ski Championships. This webcast coverage provided to you in association with Pantalago. Where you want to live, go to pantalago.com. From what I've been able to ascertain from my good friend here, Ryan Schipper, they're on to their last skier right now in the men's six slalom competition, and then there is a runoff situation. I'm not too sure for what place. I could maybe go to the USA Water Ski results service, and then that would probably clue me in. But yeah, some exciting stuff going out there in men's six slalom. So it looks like, looking at the results from what I'm able to ascertain right now before we go on to our next competitor, for those of you who are not quite clued in as to what's going on right now with the slalom, it looks like Michael Robinson is still in the lead with 2 at 39. Then Greg Koronek with half at 39. And we bring on our next. Scott Henderson is on the water, so looks like Bill Barrett is a scratch, at least for the moment. And I do say for the moment because it could mean that he's going to be starting a little bit later due to the conflict with this event and the remainder of men's six slalom that's going on right now. We are in men's six tricks. Scott Henderson. Not doing too badly there. He stands up all the way through, and that's always a good sign. All right, so looking at this event, and I just heard word from across the way from my good friend there, Ryan Schipper, who's announcing for on Lake 2 for men's six slalom that Greg Badal is your men's six slalom champion. And we're getting close to being in a position to crown our men's six trick champion, although it'll be a little bit of a while before we ascertain the point scores for each of those competitors. But we're looking at the tricking lake right now to try and stay on pace and stay in touch with what's actually going on Lake 1. This is Lake 1 coverage of the 82nd Goode Water Ski National Championships. This is men's six tricks. We've just concluded men's six slalom. In regulation, they're about to go to a runoff between a couple of competitors, Michael Eyes and Eric Yamaguchi, both timed with 4.5 at 38 off. So that's going to be happening shortly. In the meantime, with men's six tricks, Scott Anderson getting in pretty deep with this pass. Started off with the toe, then toe sides, toe wake back, toe wake front, hop to the back, hop to the front. Hop to the back and to the front reverse. Goes in for the toe back-to-backs, and hopping is pretty good. It works well for at least the first few tricks, but to go beyond toe back-to-backs, you definitely need to know how to spin the trick ski with compression. So we're looking at Scott Henderson once again. And as I mentioned, the Try to upweight on his ski right there, which works for those tricks, for the toe back and toe front and the reverse. Now, trying to do the same thing with toe back to backs, not so much. All right, then. So we're down to our last 5 competitors. First of which is going to be Mitch Graw. Then we'll have John Crivello, Tommy Newman, Darren Janzig, and Marty Gray. Now, the averages that these guys are carrying into this event could complicate things a little bit. I mean, especially if they each do what they're supposed to do on the trick ski. Maybe a potential tie situation could come into play, which is further complicated by the fact that the tricking event is scored retroactively here in the Nationals, using those SD cards that go into the camera. We pull those out, we deliver it to our officials that are huddled behind the TV with a DVR and that kind of thing. So. We'll see how things play out as we introduce Mitch Graw, who comes to us from Dallas in the South Central region, right there, deep in the heart of Texas. Okay, this is Mitch Graw. Looking good with the surface. Oh, almost getting broken over into a fold there, but managing to stay on top of the water. A brilliant skier, has represented the United States on a number of occasions at senior level, and is looking to do something along those same lines again, I would imagine, with the Senior Worlds coming up not in the not too distant future. Good skiing there from Mitch Graw. Going through those surface tricks. All right, not bad at all from one trick to the next. Looking good, I do have to say. It looks well practiced and well conditioned for this event. Mitch Graw. All right, welcoming you back to coverage of Lake One here at the 82nd Goode Water Ski National Championships. All right, here comes Mitch Graw, men's 6 tricks, and we are 5 skiers away from concluding this event. And he's just trying to center his body over the ski. Nice little hop to the back and to the front. Good hop across the wake and hop into the front there with the wake front. Couple of toe side slides. Now foot goes out the binding. Now he goes in for a step sequence. There's the line, wake line back, line front, line back, wake line front. Does the foot come out the ski again? All right, absolutely. Good skiing there from Mitch Graw. Getting the job done. Part of his overall package there. And I'll tell you what, he is going to be a tough cookie to beat in the overall competition. Not too sure what he did in slalom, but that's only a click or two away from being found out. Mitch Graw coming to us from Dallas and looking in very, very good shape there. So Mitch Graw, who actually slalomed 1.5 at 35 off, probably not one of his better slalom scores, but he can certainly make up for lost time and lost placement out there with a decent score on the tricks lake. And then it comes down to the jump to see how things shape up for him. That is Mitch Graw in Lake 6 and in men's 6. Here we go on Lake 1. All right, so looks like we got our next skier out on the water. It is going to be John Crivello. We'll try and get you some results so far as the tricking is concerned. Okay, looks like John Crivello is a scratch. We are down to our final 3. This is Tommy Newman. Keeping things up and running here. Oh, there's the 5 front. Some surface moves here. Wake back to back. And it's reverse. What does he do here? Surface O. A couple of sides, and nicely done. I wonder why he didn't do the reverse O, but it would appear that he had plenty of time to do it. But, he gets the job done with the tricks that he has. All right, so looking at Tommy Newman once again, and just goes through his standard trick run like as if nothing happened. And there you go. That is a good looking run there for Tommy Newman here on Lake 1 coverage of the 82nd Goode Water Ski National Championship. So glad to have you, and also glad to have the presence of Kern Energy, because at Kern Energy, they fuel the future. They reliably produce the fuels our community depends on, meeting the needs of today whilst advancing the fuels of tomorrow. Yes, that is Kern Energy. All right, here we go, folks. There's the toe back and toe front. Look at him go, keeping everything on an even keel here. Keeping it going. Wake line front. And basically a carbon copy of what he did before. Right down to the single surface O towards the end. But a good little performance there from Tommy Newman. Certainly one of the more interesting characters in terms of tournament water skiing in this part of the world. And certainly enjoys his jumping, although one could possibly say that he probably enjoys it just a little bit too much. I mean, taking into consideration what happened last year at the 81st Goode Water Ski National Championships that took place over at Mystic. So there, Tommy Newman looking good there. And now we're down to our final 2 trickers, unless they've decided to put in someone like Bill Barrett or John Crivello in at last moment to account for maybe them slaloming on Lake 2 earlier in men's 6. Or maybe the time difference between that event ending for them and the start of this event is probably just a little bit too tight. But we'll see. All right, in the meantime, next competitor should be Darren Janzig. And there we go, just throwing on his shirt as if just nothing had happened. That's Tommy Newman. Good skiing there from him. All right, then. So we come down to Darren Janzig, I believe. Although it could actually be Marty Gray because both of them have selected Malibu as their towboats of choice. But we'll get the piece of paper in front of the lens and get the ID. So let's go on to the assumption that it is Darren Janzig. Yes, indeed it is. Just confirm that over my head earpiece. 3,235 point, the average that he brings here. Wake back and wake back to back, and it's reverse. Oh, nicely done with that Waco. To the back. Wake front. Wake back. Wake 5 front. Oh, and just overextending a little bit there with the wake 5 front. Maybe he'll decide to put it towards the end on pass number 2, depending upon what he has in that repertoire, of course. But he goes with the line tricks to get his effort underway. All right, and not looking bad at all for the most part there, except for that wake 5 front where he just got completely out of sorts so far as his axis was concerned, and that contributed to his fall. We are now on our penultimate skier in the men's 6 tricks. Unless a curveball is thrown in this general direction to suggest that maybe there's more than one skier to come after this one on the water. But let's have a look and see. Right here, right now. This is Darren Janzig. Here we go, Darren Janzig. Looks like he is going to do something along the lines of a toe 7 front. First time. Oh, again, a little bit of a break in the middle there. Had to bulk out of that one in a split second in order to stay upright on the water. Then here he comes. This is Darren Janzig. He's got a couple of toe sides right there. Toe wake back, and here comes toe wake front. What does he do? Toe into wrap. Oh, he just about spins out enough for the judges to take a seriously hard look at that first Toho spin. But there you go. That is Darren Janzig, one of the more prominent trick skiers in the country in this general age category. But just looking at this from Darren, just going into a little bit of bother there right at the beginning, and you know, for some skiers that's enough, and that's all that it takes to throw you off your rhythm. tried to reach for the line, but in doing so just was completely off kilter for the next trick and falls as a result. All right, so that brings us down to our final skier on this list in the men's six tricking competition. That skier is Marty Gray, who comes to us from the South Central region, and he has taken the bold approach of wrapping for a wake line 5 front for his opener. Oh, a little bit flat there with that one, but he manages to keep the handle close to his hip as he works his way from one trick to the next. There's the 5 front. Here he comes with a reverse 5 front. Now he's going to do a 5 back. A little bit cased on the top of that wake, but he still manages to keep his momentum going. And there was, I believe, a wake-o towards the end. A good selection of tricks. Each of them expertly produced there by Marty Gray. And we'll look once again at the Goode Carbon Technologies instant replay right here with Lake One's coverage of the 82nd Goode Water Ski National Championships. And the coverage is also brought to you in association with Pantalago. And not looking bad at all for the most part. Good skiing. I don't see too much wrong here, especially with the wrap-in for the 5 front into the straight into the 5 back with a little pause there just to make sure that he has the right amount of edge and power. I absolutely love that pass. So good skiing there. And he is our last skier in men's 6, so he has the highest seed possible going in. Just to let you know that the outlets of Tejon is California's fashionable gateway to all things new. It's just a short drive away, located 14 miles south along Wheeler Ridge Road. Come experience fashion's friendly frontier, the outlets at Tejon. Or Tejon. Here we go. Here comes Marty Gray, complete with sunshades. Going in really low here. Toe 7 front there. The first time that we've seen that in these Goode Water Ski National Championships thus far. Look at him go. Toe 5 front. Toe out. Toe straight back in. I'm normally accustomed to going through that toe sequence with the younger kids. But I tell you what, Marty Gray is a big kid at heart, and he has just come through in huge time with that second and final 20-second run. So that could well be enough to give him the national title in men's 6. But we do not have any scores yet to make that assertion a reality or by any means complete. So Marty Gray looking in very good shape there. And he really bent down low as well for the toe 7 front, which kept his weight fairly and squarely over the tip of his ski. I very rarely see anyone bend down that much. But there you go with the toe wake-o, plenty of elevation there. The judges will look kindly upon that one, as to the toe back-to-back. And there you go, some great skiing there from Marty Gray. Now, before we terminate this webcast here, we'll see if there are any point scores for the men's 6. Now, unfortunately, there aren't. So what you would need to do to get the results there on this one is to go to scores.waterskiresults.com and navigate your way through to the tricking event for today. That is scores.waterskiresults.com, and keep an eye on that because the scores will be updated as more and more of those SD cards become available to our officials so they can score each tricker from. But for the meantime, this concludes a coverage of Day 1, Lake 1 on on this webcast. Thank you very much for joining us. You can now go back to watching the webcast on Lake 2 or indeed Lake 3 and for those of you hardy souls that are watching all three at once, fair play to you. My name is Tony Lightfoot, and for the 82nd Goode Water Ski National Championships live coverage of events that have taken place on Lake 1, it is ciao for now.
For skiers and water enthusiasts, Florida lakes are what dreams are made of. Combined with world-class golf, remarkable weather, natural beauty, theme parks, and so much more, it's easy to see that Florida is paradise. For more than 30 years, I've enjoyed Florida's lakes and many offerings. If you are interested in Florida real estate, let me be your guide and trusted advisor as you search for your paradise. Together, we can make your dreams a reality.
Experience the sports evolution at USA Water Ski and Wake Sports Foundation Hall of Fame in Central Florida's Polk County. From the pioneers of the sport to the stars of today, all 9 disciplines are honored. It's the most comprehensive and fun-filled tribute to the people and the sport we love. Located inside the Central Florida Visitor Information Center in Davenport, Florida, the Hall of Fame is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. 7 days a week.